A working democracy is a system of friction. For the gears of a republic to turn, individual ideals have to grind together, wear down, and change shape to fit a broader consensus. Compromise is the mechanical requirement of the job. At the start, you likely understood that. You probably remember exactly what financial exhaustion feels like and what it means to stare at a stack of bills with genuine anxiety in a town that felt too small for your ambitions. But there is a difference between having a past and using it as a commodity. Half the people in the checkout line at Walmart survived a struggling family, but they didn't turn those humble beginnings into a lifelong, focus-grouped marketing campaign. Your origin story is no longer a truth you live. Somewhere between the third donor dinner and the second media coach, your relatability became a brand, a tool used to mask a deep and growing detachment from the people you claim to remember. While your constituents work multiple jobs to stay afloat, your own daily life is subsidized, managed, and entirely outsourced. You haven't had to navigate the consequences of a real job in decades. The disconnect is physical. On the left, kids in public schools practice lockdown drills as part of their standard curriculum. On the right, your own family disappears behind private gates guarded by professionals. You look into a camera with the expression of a disappointed substitute teacher and tell us you feel our pain. But you don't. You have a driver, a media team, and a taxpayer-funded security blanket that ensures you never have to. Your survival in office no longer depends on solving public problems. You have successfully insulated your own life from the very systems you manage, meaning you never have to live with the results of your own failure. This detachment from reality is most visceral in the way you speak. Every sentence out of your mouth sounds like it survived a committee meeting between a pharmaceutical commercial and a corporate motivational post. It is speech devoid of human grit. You rely on verbal packing peanuts like hardworking Americans deserve better or moving forward together toward meaningful solutions. These aren't thoughts. They are focus-grouped slogans that no normal person has ever uttered at a gas station. Actual human beings speak with the friction of survival. You speak with the polished safety of a press release that learned how to blink. This chart tracks how your identity shifts based on the room. You adopt a rural accent for farmers, then pivot to intellectual vocabulary for a university auditorium. You are religious enough to quote scripture on Monday and a secular reformer by Tuesday. This rapid shapeshifting suggests your core belief system is replaced by audience metrics. You aren't leading. You're a political shapeshifter, using polling data to decide which personality to wear. The internal conscience that once guided your decisions has been replaced by these audience-tested feedback loops. This isn't a critique of one party. The entire political class now functions like a group project where nobody did the reading, but everyone demands credit for participation. The system itself is the architect. As this chart shows, the pathway for honesty in modern politics terminates at a dead end. However, the path of performative contradiction feeds a self-sustaining loop of funding. The environment rewards performance over integrity, naturally selecting narcissists who smile through contradictions without shame. Every election becomes a spectacle where two performers accuse each other of dishonesty while standing on the same lot, using the noise to drown out their shared incompetence. When sincerity is systematically removed from the leadership class, emotionally manipulative theater is the only product left to sell. You tell us democracy is functioning, but the Wi-Fi at a Starbucks has more stability than national governance right now. We see the results: a haunted economy, a healthcare system that feels designed by a sadist, and a collapse of public trust so severe that even the wildest theories begin to sound reasonable. This line graph shows governance decoupling from reality. A mismanaged system like this should have halted years ago. Our survival is a statistical anomaly. When a machine fails this completely, you look for a miracle. Our daily existence is a defiance of physics. Your true legacy is proving that the country functions independently of your leadership. We are surviving despite your presence, not because of it. I want to believe you entered this machine with good intentions. I really do.
But true compromise is about sacrificing a position to save a country. You chose a different path, sacrificing your humanity to save your career. After years inside that ecosystem, you stopped sounding like a person. You sound like a hostage reading polling data under fluorescent lighting. You successfully survived the machine, but the cost was high.